In this podcast episode, Ben Shapiro discusses various issues related to education, policing, and the impact of woke ideology on society. He also discusses illegal immigration and the Middle East conflict. Shapiro starts by criticizing the implementation of woke ideology in the education system, particularly highlighting a program called Woke Kindergarten in a Hayward elementary school. The program aims to address disparities in group outcomes by teaching students about discrimination and oppression. However, the program has led to a decline in student achievement with low test scores and attendance rates. Shapiro argues that such programs fail to reflect reality and ultimately lead to negative outcomes for students. He emphasizes the importance of focusing on educational fundamentals rather than promoting divisive ideologies. Shapiro discusses the broader implications of woke ideology, pointing out that it often leads to the exacerbation of inequalities rather than addressing them effectively. He highlights the role of nonprofits and activists in perpetuating these ideologies to maintain their relevance and funding. By promoting a narrative of systemic oppression and discrimination, these groups contribute to a culture of victimhood and division. Shapiro emphasizes the need to prioritize policies based on reality and evidence rather than ideological agendas. Shapiro discusses the decision by Dartmouth College to reinstate the SAT requirement for admissions, citing the effectiveness of standardized test scores in predicting student performance. The move reflects a shift away from test-optional policies that were influenced by social justice movements. Shapiro argues that standardized tests provide a fair and objective measure of academic readiness, allowing for a more merit-based approach to admissions. He criticizes the trend of dismissing standardized tests, emphasizing their value in assessing student potential. Shapiro highlights the challenges facing police departments, particularly in recruiting and retaining officers. He discusses the impact of anti-police narratives and policies on officer morale and recruitment efforts. The increased scrutiny and restrictions placed on law enforcement have led to a decline in the number of officers in major cities like New York and Los Angeles. Shapiro points out the desperation of police departments, such as Detroit, in recruiting candidates, even those with outstanding warrants or physical limitations. He underscores the importance of supporting law enforcement and addressing the root causes of crime rather than vilifying police officers. Shapiro points out the growing wave of illegal immigrants entering cities like Chicago and the challenges faced by law enforcement in dealing with the issue. He criticizes the mayor for prioritizing personal matters over addressing the border crisis effectively. He also highlights the difficulties faced by police departments in recruiting officers due to lowered physical standards and lack of support from political leaders. Shapiro discusses the unsustainable fiscal path of the U.S. government and the challenges it poses to the economy in the long run. He criticizes the excessive spending and debt accumulation, which could have negative consequences for future generations. He emphasizes the need for responsible fiscal policies to ensure economic stability and growth. Shapiro analyzes the mixed signals sent by the Biden administration in the Middle East and the impact it has on regional stability. He criticizes the lack of a coherent foreign policy strategy and the failure to deter threats from Iran and other hostile actors. He emphasizes the importance of maintaining a strong stance against adversaries to prevent further escalation of conflicts in the region.